Welcome to CR Conversations, hosted by Ryan and Christina Palma of CR Photos.
We're professional photographers who survived the unpredictable and grueling path that took us from rudimentary dreamers to fully self-employed business owners. From sleepless nights of editing to daring leaps of faith when quitting 9-to-5 jobs, we kept pushing for the dream to become reality, and we did it together every step of the way.
Amazingly enough, our marriage also survived that journey.
In our 15 plus years in the industry, we've acquired a wealth of information that goes far beyond camera settings and marketing do's and don'ts.
We've also piled up countless stories, affectionately called Uncle Bob stories.
We'll be leaking those one episode at a time.
Don't worry, names and places haven't changed to protect the guilty.
So welcome to CR Conversations. We hope you're ready to take a deep dive into life behind the lens and so much more.
All right, at the end of July, we are back in business. We have taken a lot of July off to enjoy summer together, which is a brand new experience for us.
It was a long time coming because in this industry, you have to plan out your time off like years in advance. So 2 years ago, we're like, let's take a bunch of weeks in July off, which in our region of the world is prime wedding season. But I will tell you.
Yeah, we live in upstate New York, in case you don't know, and there are only 3 months out of the year
where it is beautiful to get married. And
3
July
months out
is
of the
definitely
year, yeah, where you would feel okay going into a pool. The rest of them, you'd die.
So anyhow, long story short, we took 3 full weeks off, which meant we did absolutely no shooting, no weddings, no editing. I still did some emailing, but it was wonderful.
It was
worth
weird.
It was weird. I'm not gonna lie. I did feel lazy. I did feel like a little anxious, like jittery, like I'm not supposed to be sitting here doing nothing. But our kids thoroughly enjoyed it. We enjoyed it.
Coincidentally, our pastor had preached a message about the Sabbath and taking time off.
Yeah, during
just
all
at
that.
the start of it. So I think that was actually perfect.
Confirmation that we did the right thing. And yes, we did plan to do that next year as well. I will say this, next year I will plan to do more work in editing before. So I'm not as stressed out when we get back, but that's okay. Anyhow, we're saying all that because today's going to be a much more relaxed, easygoing podcast.
Yeah, this ain't work. This is just having some fun together.
We decided we were going to surprise each other with a bunch of random questions. So neither one of us knows any. Well, you're not.
I just want to see how many questions you have.
Oh, I have a bunch, but it doesn't mean I'm going to ask them all. So we don't know what we're going to ask each other. This is just going to be, I don't know. I'm guaranteeing you Ryan's going to say something inappropriate. I'm just calling that now.
That is not my character at all.
So without further ado, this episode is, I don't know what we're going to title this. Maybe Get to Know Us or
Get to Know Each Other.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I think who's going first?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay. Ready?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Scissors win.
All right. Ryan's
so
going
I can
first.
defer. Okay.
Here's
a humdinger.
Oh boy.
What's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done at a wedding?
Oh, well, for myself, there are a few, but the first thing that came to my mind right away was when I dropped a lens cap in the middle of a very quiet sanctuary wedding. And I'm sure that's happened to nearly every single photographer at some point in their journey. We need that
sound effect, but it is, yeah.
That one, like my heart just pretty much went to my stomach and I was like, oh.
And everybody else in the room probably didn't know exactly what had made that noise, but me being way on the other side of the sanctuary, the chapel, whatever, I was like, as soon as I heard it, I was like, oh, that's a lens cap.
Oh boy. Okay. My turn. What's your favorite part of the day and why?
Of the wedding day?
No, just a day.
Definitely the morning. I love mornings. I love my quiet time in the morning. Yeah.
Explain to us what your times in the morning are, because this is something that's very interesting to me because he gets up hours before me. But being the type of person I am, I'm like, what has happened since you've been awake? But
well, you should know. But
everyone else
it
wants
is
to
definitely
know.
slow. I get my coffee. I walk around, let the dogs out, feed the dogs, take care of any business, and then, or you don't know, but I'm just not going to.
Anybody who knows Ryan knows.
I'll leave that up to imagination. And I hopefully spend time reading my Bible and spend time praying. And now that we have little people, little clones of us, I have this one that seems to always get up early.
Yeah. You've cloned yourself in every way.
I love him so much, but when I hear him get out like too early and I'm not done, I'm not ready
He's
for
not
everybody.
done with his morning routine.
I just like, man.
But it's the sweetest. You hear his little clump and he drags his feet when he walks. He's like, shh, clump, shh, clump. And then he goes down the stairs on his butt. So you hear thump,
good morning.
And he goes, good morning, Dad.
I'm like, hey, mommy needs somebody to cuddle.
Yes, and then he does come cuddle me. All right, what do you got for me next?
Okay. Which would you dislike the most? Now, these are 3 areas of the day that I usually handle when it comes to a wedding.
Go back to work. Okay, yep.
Which would you dislike shooting the most? Cocktail photos, standing at the front of the aisle at the start of the ceremony, or groomsmen photos?
Cocktail hour, for sure. I've done groomsmen and I've also done standing in the front of the aisle. Cocktail hour I hate because you have to literally interact with people and pretend you're socializing.
I won't argue with it because it probably is. Hey, you know yourself. But I don't think you've had all the groomsmen that I've had.
That's very true.
You've probably had well-behaved ones when you've...
Very true. But I would still take groomsmen over cocktail hour any day. All right. I'll ask you a work one. What do you look forward to most on a wedding day besides dinner?
Unlike you, because I don't have this question for you, it is not going home. It is definitely the party. When the party starts, you get the
hard work is behind you.
Yeah, the hard work. Yeah. I don't know what other industries where I could like make a connection here, but it's like after all, it's almost like your victory lap. I guess. Yeah, that's a good one. A victory lap. Your hard work is done. Now you are still, you're still taking photos, but it's just easy. At least easy for us. We have things set up. You're now kind of interacting with people much more like the guest and everything. You're engaging with people that are on the dance floor. So you kind of feel like you're a little bit, part of the party. Of course, there's desserts.
I should have said besides food, not
desserts and coffee.
All right. What do you have for me?
Okay. Here's a non-wedding related question. This is a good one, I think. Would you rather, I have a couple would you rathers.
Oh dear.
Would you rather be able to fall asleep immediately or never have a nightmare ever again? And now when I say...
I don't have nightmares.
Yes, you do. Okay, good. I'm glad that you said that right off the bat because I could explain that you do. You have nightmares all the time about not showing up to weddings on time or missing a wedding.
You mean like stress dreams?
Yeah,
okay, when I think of nightmares, it's like there's a dragon tracing me through the pits of hell and I can't get out. Like that's a nightmare. Stress dreams. Ooh.
Okay, so label them stress dreams or like me, be able to fall asleep as soon as you hit the pillow.
I think probably no stress dreams.
No stress dreams. Okay.
I think no stress dreams. All right.
Is that a good question?
That's a good question. I do like that one. This is going to be a funny one. Okay. What was your first impression of me and what do you think about me now?
I'm just going to say it. She has potential.
That is quite literally what he said. He saw a photo of me on Facebook and was like, there's potential. We should completely leave that at that. All right. What's your next question for me?
Man. Can I recover from that?
Wait, you didn't answer the second part. What do you think of me now?
Oh my goodness. All right. So I just said to her after we got out of church, I have no fear of being eternally connected to her. If we went to heaven and we were tied to a rope together, that would not bother me in the least bit for all of eternity.
Wow. So I've come a long way from she has potential.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, okay. That's what I saw. Basically, I saw that in those few Facebook photos that I looked at. I was
to give this better context, I'll slap a photo of me at a certain age and Ryan at a certain age and we'll let crumble.
I should explain it more, but you said we'll just drop it right there.
I think the images will play. Well, I guess if people are just listening on the podcast. All right. In 30 seconds, sum up.
Okay, so Christina had a very dated look. She came from a unique social...
he says dated, but I can also show you pictures of the style then.
I only have 30 seconds.
Okay, sorry.
So she had obviously she had all the beautiful features just kind of hidden underneath,
Okay, we can say it. I have
the exterior design.
Lost at least 40 pounds since we got married.
Yeah, but that wasn't what I was necessarily.
My style was non-existent. Okay, that was good 30 seconds. All right, what is your next question for me?
It's already on me again.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Here, I'm going to run out of questions. Okay. Let's go back to...
Wow, you need to prepare more.
Well, this actually just is obvious our life right here. I'm a last minute guy. And
this could not sum us up more.
Okay, here's one. Ties right into what we're talking about right now. What kind of wedding photographer do you think I'd be without you?
Oh, boy.
Now, remember, I did do this before.
Yes, I know. Wow. That is, in all honesty, I don't think you would be shooting weddings.
Really?
No. I mean, not because you could, I just don't think that without another person running the business and like making it go, like you would still be in it.
But if I was, as I started working for somebody else.
Like right now?
Wait, what?
I'm confused.
Like right now. Right now I'm working for you.
No, I mean, like, what did you mean by that?
I mean, I'm working for you. I was subcontracted. So I didn't have to take care of.
So if you were subcontracting like now as like a solo shooter and you're working for somebody else. Okay.
Do you think I would have evolved, or do you think I'd be one of those old fuddy-duddy guys?
That's a really hard question to answer because I do all the keeping up with things and making sure like I'm sharing all that with you. It's hard to know because you're not like essentially putting yourself in the middle of it. But I think if there wasn't me and you were still into it, you would have put yourself in the middle and you would have grown. And I think by this point you would probably be like, all right, I'm done. Like you would want to get out of it before you became that old fuddy-duddy, as you said it. Yeah. But no, I think you would have immersed yourself in it and done just completely fine.
Well, thank you, love.
You're welcome. Alrighty. What is your biggest pet peeve? It can be wedding related or it can just be life in general.
Okay. I think this one's pretty easy. My pet peeve is not anybody, but like people that don't think about the person coming after them. So everything is done like rushed. Everything is done like just to satisfy the immediate for whoever's doing something. I like to do stuff for not just the next person, but myself the next time I come around.
So is it like your favorite thing when you open the refrigerator and something drops out?
Yeah. That stuff kind of well, okay. So obviously there is some elements of Christina in that, but it's not totally.
Everything always gets blamed on me. He forgets that we have these two little children.
No, she's phenomenal. Like she's phenomenal. We are different. Like if it was just me, and we've talked about this before, if it was just my way of doing stuff, I would take too long because I'm always thinking about how to make the house function, our business function, anything I do function as efficiently as possible. So it's like, I'll sit like to clean my closet. It's like, all right, I don't want to just put things away. I want to be like, have everything in the nicest, neatest spot. And like, this is how I'm going to do it for the next 30 years sort of thing.
That is so true. When we first started dating, when we were going into your closet, I was like, oh dear.
But so I do things that way, which I think is helping our family and our home in the long run. Cause I'm always like strategizing how to like use spaces efficiently, stuff like that. However, if it were up to me and there wasn't your rapid type of cleaning, and which is incredible.
Fabulous, because that's how things get done.
It's like, I don't know how she does it. You do make me feel very inadequate at times when I'm like trying to clean beside you, because I'm just thinking how to start and she's already finished. So anyways.
So his favorite area in our house is our shoe closet, which has zero organization and takes 20 minutes to find one pair of shoes because we have not made.
Yeah, that stuff drives me nuts.
Okay. All right. What's your next question for me?
That was similar to one of mine. So right back at you. What is your pet peeve?
Oh,
this is going to hurt. I know this is going to hurt. Whatever it is, it's going to hurt.
I can't stand when I hear somebody chewing, if I hear somebody breathing, if I hear somebody making any sort of noises with their mouth. But I will say there is one human exception.
Ronan?
It's Ronan. He is our son Ronan is the loudest, most disgusting chewer, eater, breather of all the things. Like, everything about him is just gross.
He drools on people.
He literally drools all the time. He sneezes and it is the most nasty thing ever. And I'm just like, oh, come here. I'll wipe it up. So yeah, if there's any sort of noises coming out of your mouth, that we probably aren't friends anymore.
Oh dear. Be advised, everyone.
Okay. My next question.
Everybody's going to walk on eggshells around you.
You ready? You're going to be like, I don't know. Were Ross and Rachel really on a break?
Ross and Rachel really on a break. At least I know who you're talking about. Were they on a break?
Were they on a break?
I'm going to go with yes.
Oh boy. Okay. What's my next question? Because clearly the answer is no.
If someone gave you an unlimited budget to design their wedding, A, would you do it? Caveat being like, you didn't have all the things that you have going on right now, because there would be no way you could do that.
Yeah.
But unlimited budget, you could design their wedding from like, you could have giraffes flown in from Africa to be at this wedding if you wanted. And how much would you charge them if you would agree to do it?
Oh boy. I have no idea, because I have no idea how much it is to be a wedding planner. But if money was an expense and they wanted something extremely elaborate, I mean, we're definitely talking lots of thousands of dollars. I don't know. That's hard. I'm going to just throw out, if they're spending tons and tons of money, I'm at least getting 20 grand out of it.
20 grand? I would have said more, but
yeah.
I think you're worth more than that. You're selling yourself short.
Thanks. Okay. What is the best compliment that you've ever received?
You are one rad chap.
I knew when I wrote that, that is what you were going to say.
But it's really not. It's just the one. Well, I mean, it is a good one. But
he does say it a lot. It has stuck with him, and it's at least 10 years old. We
photographed a couple, and just the one groomsman was Australian.
The groom was Australian.
That's what I said, didn't I?
You said the groomsman.
Okay. So as I'm doing the groomsman photos and stuff, one of them just blurts out, "You are one rad chap," and I was just like,
he was smiling.
I have never been called that before, and probably never will again. But so that, I don't know if that would be my biggest compliment, but everybody does like to know that they're appreciated, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So easily I could say like a good compliment is photographing people. It's easy to go back to to our work when I photograph a group of guys, when like it's all done, they're like, wow, they're coming over and give me fist bumps, high fives. And like, that was actually a lot of fun. Then when we do like engagement couples and you have the reluctant groom that isn't as enthusiastic about being there, when at the end of it, they don't even have to say something. Like when I could see they're having fun, that's a huge compliment.
Cool. All right. What do you got for me?
All right. This is similar to the question that I asked at the very beginning. Now you should have a plethora. There's a good word for it. A plethora of answers for this one. What is the most embarrassing thing I have done at a wedding?
Okay. Let's start with this. We're starting the day, with the girls and getting their hair and makeup stuff done, and we're in the salon, and Ryan comes up to the girl who's doing hair and makeup, and he's like, "Oh, you have something on your forehead right here. You got a smudge of whatever." She's like, "Yeah, it's a birthmark."
Oh, baby.
And I was like,
you shouldn't have done that. That was a low blow.
You asked. That is the first thing that comes up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That one stands out quite a bit. I mean, that one time that you asked the girl, "Whose helmet is this?" When it was her bra.
If you haven't, man.
Yeah, go back to our other episodes.
What is that, episode 2?
I don't know, but it was
two
a good
or 3.
one.
It was a good one, because you do need a little bit of backstory to that one, because that just sounds ridiculous.
Go listen to the other episodes to hear the full story on that one. I'll leave it there for now. I'm sure there's more I can think of. But in
my mind, the things that I avoid embarrassing myself in, but sometimes do, and sometimes I get away with it because I think people have drank a little bit too much to know.
Or you hope anyhow.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah, is I forget.
Oh, couples we photographed and then go up to them like you've never met them in your life before.
Well, no, okay, no, not that bad. It's just like, okay, we literally, I have proof. You could go look at photos. Like, there are couples that are starting to look like this girl looks like that girl. And yes. So yes, I will blur sometimes where I'm like,
in his defense, like a bride looks completely different on her wedding day than when you see her again, later on.
I mean, I love it. One of my favorite things when I see somebody at a wedding and I have their name right there on the tip of my tongue. And I'm very proud of myself when that happens. Most of the time, I got to run and find Christine. I'm like, "Hey, that couple's here. Remind me of their names again." But when I accidentally, and I know I've done one even recently, where I totally misspoke to the person thinking that, they were a different bride and groom.
It happens.
Hopefully they did not know.
It happens. It sure does. Okay. This is a controversial question that almost ended our relationship in our early days. Are you ready for this?
I don't know if I am. With a preface like that. Scary.
Do you believe in soulmates?
Oh my gosh. You're bringing this. Okay. And it almost ended I'll tell you what almost ended our marriage. She does not like to camp. That's what almost ended our marriage.
We are not going there. Do you believe in soulmates?
What's your favorite type of vacation?
Oh, we're not.
Let's see. So when were first married, I did not. I remember a professor, actually Professor Bennett, who our pod.
I remember hearing his whole spiel too, and I was like, that's a bunch of malarkey.
So he did not believe, and he had good thoughts. And I also, the thought was basically, you can be the right person for anybody. You can work, which marriage is. If you don't know, marriage is work. It's not just all, a bed of roses like ours is. But for everybody else out there, I thought, I can find happiness, joy, fulfillment. I can, with somebody. However, there was a specific day, and I remember waking up and being like, you are my soulmate.
Oh, best day ever.
Yeah.
I converted him. He said no for many, many years, and now he does believe that we are soulmates.
I think other people, it's optional. Carry on.
Let's not start an argument now. Carrying on would be you. Are you ready for a question with me?
I wanted to ask something about vacation. Like if
he just wants to start an argument on this podcast.
No.
For all to see.
Yeah, she doesn't like camping, but we've come to some sort of arrangement with that.
I'm just not even going to respond or hear those comments.
No, we have ish. I just wish that she one day would wake up with me on the top of a mountain to a beautiful sunrise, but it would, unless she was flown up there by a helicopter, it's not going to happen. Okay. I like that one. How have I changed since we met?
Me, you.
How have I?
I think out of the two of us, I have done the most changing since we've met.
Really?
I think so. I mean, you've changed in ways that I think are more personal. Like, you've become a strong leader. Like I have faith and trust in you. Like I think the beginning of our marriage was difficult. So in that regard, yeah, I guess it's more personal stuff that you've grown in. But when I think of changing as in personality or so like that, I don't think your personality has changed. Like when people say I'm a completely different person, I think I'm a completely different person than who we got married to.
I do think I'm a little bit more boring.
Well, I don't think you are boring. I think at the beginning of a relationship, we had a completely different life, responsibilities, all that. You could be a little 26? Bit more, carefree and let's go do this and that. And, there's just more responsibility. I think you are still a pretty fun individual.
All right.
Last.
Wait. I like that one.
Okay.
All right. This is 2-part. And you asked it, what is the best compliment you've ever received? And what's the best compliment that I've given you?
Oh boy. Okay. For weddings, are we talking about weddings? Like work compliments?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, it could be anything.
Oh boy. That is a tough question. Why did I write that there?
Best compliment? I mean, I shower her with so many compliments that is obviously tough for her to catalog and go back to her very favorite. But,
oh man,
from other people?
I mean, yes, it is like Ryan already said. It's wonderful to hear people say, that what you've captured for them is so priceless, stuff like that. Like the compliments that stick with me for work anyhow are that go beyond, you helped us arrange our day. You helped us do this. You made things go so smoothly. I love to hear that what we gave them was priceless, something like that. So when somebody says that definitely means, that is what I look for, give someone that's going to last forever. Just as a normal person, I think compliments about being a mom, probably, being a good mom or something like that. And, I for sure like to know that you like me and stuff and you think I'm a good wife.
Is there any doubt?
No.
Even though yesterday I was roasting you about making dinner for me.
I know, yeah.
What was that, 2 dates ago?
Yeah.
I was being fed at somebody else's house. And
I for sure, I think the best compliments do come from you because you know the good, bad, and ugly. So when you still think I'm a good mom and you still think I'm a good wife, there's no doubt. There's no denying. Okay, last section.
Can I ask one more?
Okay, sure.
All right. What do you think our kids are going to do when they grow up?
Oh boy. Well, Nadia is very talented. She definitely has charisma to be in front of people. She's very confident in that regard. Ryan just told her the other day, you have mommy's talent and my confidence.
But it's beyond my confidence because I'm not confident in front of an audience. I'm confident in party-like settings, in one-on-one settings, stuff like that, meeting friends. Mm-hmm. I'm not confident on stage.
Mm-hmm. Where she just lights up like a butterfly.
She literally looks more comfortable being on stage than she is in real life.
Yeah. So, I don't know. She thinks she wants to be a farmer and breed dogs right now. I think currently that is her obsession. She loves St. Bernards and she thinks she's going to breed St. Bernards, but I foresee her being in some sort of like leadership like role. I don't know for sure that it will be in like music, or anything like that. She has zero desire to, she is very creative, but she doesn't seem to have any interest in that.
Creative in arts, right?
Yeah. She can draw very well. She, she, even when we give her the camera, she's kind of like, but she does a good job.
Very creative in like theater.
Yes. Yeah. She's a good actor. That's for sure. Ronan, oh dear. The sky is the limit for that little boy, but I don't know. For those who do not know, our Ronan has cerebral palsy and he
is something. I suppose that's why teary-eyed over there again. Got to describe.
One day we will share Ronan's story, but
that's I guess that's why you give him a pass on smells and noises and sounds and stuff. But I kind of think, man, that kid, he's going to be, and I hate the word influencer, but he is going to be an influencer in the pure sense of the word, where whatever it is, he's got God has equipped him with a special gift to just bring joy to everyone around him. Without even trying. He's just, like we said, he is Ryan's clone, and Ryan also has that gift. But Ronan just does not have a care in the world. And I think God made him that way on purpose because he knew, the trials that he's going to face in life. And anybody who interacts with him leaves smiling. And I don't think there's a single exception. Like he's just a special kid. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with both of them. I tell you what, though, I like them a lot.
Yeah, I do too. All right. Ready to close this up with a rapid fire round?
Let's do it.
All right. I'm going to ask them to you first, and you just have to literally answer, and then you can go through and ask me. Okay. We're sweating to death. We turned off the air so that you couldn't hear the air conditioning in the windows, and it is over 80 something degrees out today. So
edit my glisten on our videos.
You appreciate us going through this. All right. Here we go. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate. Canon. Although I'm starting to like Twist. Next, Canon or Nikon?
Nikon.
So easy.
Hot or cold?
Cold.
Yeah. I would say cold also. Here we go. Beach or the woods?
Camping in the woods.
Mine would definitely be beach. Okay. Cat or dog? Neither.
Sorry, Pepper. Sorry, Theo. Don't listen to her.
So what's your answer?
Oh, so we both answer.
Mm-hmm.
Dogs, without a doubt.
Yeah.
I think cats are cool, but I'm allergic to them.
Okay. Cake or brownies?
Brownies. The corners, the ends, the brownies. You?
Brownies, the middle with raspberries on top.
Yeah, I was going to say you can't just have brownies by yourself. You can't. Movies or books?
Traditionally, I would say movies, but in my elder years, I've become a book person.
Yeah, listening.
Yeah,
person.
okay. Can we just ask this question? Maybe you could, okay, internet, please help us. Does it count as reading a book if it's an audiobook?
I've not said no, just clarifying.
But anytime I say, oh, I just finished this book or I just read this book, it's like,
yes.
Oh, well, you listened to it.
Yes, I know. If you just said read,
I was going to say,
did everybody hear Ronan yelling in the background? If you say read book, it's not the definition of read. Read literally is to. But like, I gotta define that. How do you define reading?
Putting words together with your eyeballs and saying them out loud or in your head. Okay, but the beauty is modern technology in that I can sit there and listen to a full book in like a few hours while I'm editing.
I believe it. But it's not reading. It's listening to a book.
So how many books have you read this year?
You finished a book.
How many books have you read this year?
Count books of the Bible? Nope. Probably like 66.
Nope. I have read at least 40 books this year.
Wow. You're so special.
Thank you. Okay. Ready? Seinfeld or The Office?
I got to go back to old school Seinfeld.
Yeah. I was thinking about this and I was like, I am a newer.
I'll just say 2 best shows ever made.
Yeah. I feel like they're different, but they're like obviously also similar. I just finished watching Seinfeld for the first time through this past year. And yes, there are so many things I love about Seinfeld. They're just very funny, but I think that there is a lot more funny, relatable content in The Office because it's more like
well,
real
you were
life
just a
to
baby
us.
When Seinfeld was being made. That's why it's not relatable.
Well, it's not relatable because they live in New York City and all they do is go to a diner.
Well, that's what you would do if you had.
Yeah, which I guess people would say the same thing about Friends, and I love Friends, but The Office has more like real life, middle class people humor, that aren't living in the city. So, and I mean,
watched that like what?
We've watched
times?
The Office, yeah, so many times. So, okay, I hope you guys found this
mildly satisfying.
Mildly satisfying. That sounds so weird.
Why?
I don't know.
Are you not satisfied?
Oh gosh. So we will be back with some more educational topics and things that aren't so fluffy. But this week it was like coming off vacation. We're like, let's just do something fun.
Yeah, and we have to include some funny stories. We've talked about how many funny stories we had, and I realized the last couple episodes
we have not been sharing those. So we will come back with a good one for you. Until then, don't forget to subscribe, leave us a rating because that would be fabulous. And if you leave us a comment rating, like a 5-star with, hey, we think you guys are the coolest ever, we will shout out your name. So gives you some incentive. We will list you by name if you do that for us. But until then,
toodaloo. Cut that.
Wait, we have to end it.
We have our end.
Oh, okay. So that's it? Okay, cool.
Are you satisfied? Should we?
Are you not entertained?
We hope today's episode was insightful. Thank you for tuning in. If you haven't already, please subscribe and leave us a 5-star review as this helps others find us. If you have any questions or comments on topics you'd like to hear us unpack, please send those to podcast@crphotos.org. Lastly, don't forget to follow us on Instagram. We can be found at C_R_conversations and turn on those notifications so you never miss a post.